Hello, Junior Doctors. Welcome back to Junior Dr. Fiona Chow's YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the man who mistook his wife for a hat, chapter 14 of part 2. So this chapter is about the possessed. So the possessed is a really interesting choice of a title because it kind of merges the magic world with the world of medicine. So I really like the title, honestly. And in this chapter, it's basically also about Tourette's syndrome. So in one of the previous chapters, it was about this Tourette named Ray. And if you don't remember that, remember to check it out in one of my videos in this series. And after seeing Ray, Dr. Sachs also notices 3 other Tourettes walking on the streets of New York. So he conducts this very, very interesting thing called street neurology. So street neurology is also done by James Parkinson's, who is basically the person who found Parkinson's disease. And he also conducted this street neurology. So what street neurology is when a doctor goes on the street and kind of observes a person with a medical condition of neurology. Yeah, that works. And by doing so, it's much more effective. Like when Dr. Sachs did it, he mentions that it is so much more effective than when you actually interview a patient in the hospital, because you could actually see how they have to react with so many different people and such a diverse group of people between them and their daily lifestyles, and how they have to adapt and what they have to do to just blend in to this diverse group of people. And so Sachs did this, and he found out that one of the Tourettes, when he watched the Tourette, is a gray-haired woman in her 60s, and she compulsively mimics every passerby. And every 2 minutes, she frenetically caricatures the features of 40 or 50 passerby. And when she moves down a city block, she is just reacting and trying to mimic everybody's reactions. And when she really has to, and she would go and hide in a small alley just to literally vomit out these gestures that she is trying to mimic from the passerbys. And it's just so interesting to see this because you rarely get a story about like a tourist having to vomit out their gestures just because of their conditions. And this is one thing that I've only seen for the first time in my life. I've never seen it, but for the first time in my life, I've read it. And then it's another tourist who is this man, and every short 2 minutes he spent watching this gray-haired woman. It also taught him so much because it's so much more realistic when you actually see your tourists walking on the streets and having to vomit out their gestures than when you're actually interviewing them in the hospital. And it's so much more realistic that way, and he learned so much more from the gray-haired woman than when she would be interviewed. So that would conclude this week's YouTube channel. And remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you, and see you next time.